Hey everybody, it's your boy, Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft game, back with family of the pod. It's our fam. It's your boy, Jay Devlin. Say hello to people, Jay Devlin.
What up, Eduardo? Good to be back. I'm back on the left coast. Flew in from Philly last night. It's good to be
Yes.
home. Sadly, I missed playing the feature presentation this week because I was en route with no Wi-Fi. I felt like I was flying in 1950. I mean, how do you not have Wi-Fi on an airplane anymore? Like
Yeah.
atrocious. But no, it's good. I'm checking out the. I said to you, I go. I don't really know what's going on with the movies this week, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at Gamble 24/7's
Okay.
Ring Balls and Michael Vellante, and that'll tell me all I need to know about what the right strategy was this week.
Oh, shots fired. Not even your host has the optimal strategy. And to
Oh,
be
I
honest
can't.
with
Come on, I can't give you that kind of love, brother.
and to be honest with you, this is the type of throw your hands up week because I swear my process has been for the last several weeks. I'll start at the background talent, building my call sheets, and work my way up all the way up to the feature presentation. Where by that point, I hope to have stumbled upon the optimal strategy. And this week, I got through maybe the key grip, and I go into the group chat and I just complain. I'm like, I have no idea what's going to win this week. I'm just, I'm just giving away $25 to the highest call sheets. I got no shot. I have no idea what's going to win this week, so it should be pretty wide open.
Well,
So,
now, judging by the group chats, yeah, and I implore anybody who's listening to this podcast who plays the game, who might be new to the game, get on the group chat, man. I mean, those guys are very knowledgeable, and everybody is
very true.
very generous with, talking strategy, and Ring Balls works in a movie theater for Christ's sake. I mean, it's
Yeah,
got to be
they get
like,
this really good man on the street type
oh,
like front
totally.
line stuff. They're like, oh yeah, X amount of people showed up for the 7 p.m. Pirates, but so there's still actionable intel you can get on these games
Before.
as you go before theater locks. So yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, man. Those guys are super sharp. Um, so yeah, I mean, interesting week. I had no interest in seeing. Sometimes like this game goes off, and like I'm really excited. Like when Fate of the Furious came out, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm excited to see this movie. This week, I'm stoked to see Baywatch, but I will not go see
Yes,
Pirates of the Caribbean. And Pirates of
and
the Caribbean is killing.
that's a great segue because I did go see Pirates of the Caribbean. It was the official post-lock movie of the week, and I saw it in 3D D box. That was a freaking $24 ticket, but it was okay. I mean, Michael Vellante in the group chat said he really liked it, enjoyed it. I just thought it was okay. Maybe I'm looking at it too much through a screenwriter's lens or whatever, but this franchise needs to be put down. It just needs to be put down. Where all the stuff that we loved about Jack Sparrow in the first three I thought were pretty much great. Like the first one was good, second one was probably even better, third one was very
Really?
solid.
I
I,
guess I
I
gotta rewatch them, man, because the first one to
yeah.
me is Head and Shoulders. See, and that I guess that's the
Well,
thing, man.
actually, I take it back. The first one is the best, but the
Yeah.
second one really did, build on what they had in the first one and did a really good job, I thought. And the third one was a little bit different, but I remember really enjoying it. The fourth one was a hot mess. I rewatched it because I didn't remember anything about it, and it's pretty terrible. This one is like it's better than the fourth one, but I mean, all the stuff that we loved about Jack Sparrow, like just the charm and innocence of it, is totally gone.
It's totally gone.
I didn't find myself genuinely laughing at any of his like tricks or antics, whatever, the entire
These,
movie. And that's a
these
problem.
movies are supposed to be a fun ride, man, and that's
Yes.
what the first one was. And here's the thing: this is a common theme that's popping up a lot now. So, like that movie in Hunnam season, your boy Charlie Hunnam. What was that movie a
Yes.
couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Too much CGI, man. So
At the
that's where
end,
they
I
went.
agree.
That's where they went with these Pirates of the Caribbean movies. The first one had a little mysticism to it, and obviously there was some CGI stuff. Then the second one got a little more CGI, and now it's just like almost like watching a cartoon. And
It's pretty bad.
I don't know. I just really can't get into it. Love Johnny Depp. Love Javier Bardem. Obviously, it killed this week. Baywatch must be utterly fucking terrible.
No, well, it got a B plus on the cinema score, which to me is kind of red flag only because a movie like this really should be getting like an A minus. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna see for myself this
but
week,
what are
honestly.
people expecting from? Like, I don't understand when people review Baywatch and say it's a bet. What do they expect? Gone with the Wind? It's Baywatch. It's
No,
like
and
Zac Efron and hot chicks and The Rock being The Rock. I mean, like, that sounds amazing.
And I love that you put it that way because back in my movie reviewer days when I went by the Real Deal reviews, with a Z from the street. One thing I was very careful to do because I just thought it was so hypocritical with a lot of these critics. They just, oh goodness, let me turn my phone off. One thing that critics really always would do is they would make their review out to be like the hand of God, like they're totally impartial. I'm just giving you the straight dope. No, everyone's partial. Art is inherently subjective, so I need to know where you're coming from. There was this one reviewer. She wrote for the LA Times for the longest time, and then she moved to the New York Times. I could not stand her. Her name was Manola Dargis. You know, kudos to you in your career, whatever. I'm glad you're still getting your checks, but
No,
God, I
dude,
hated her because she
throw
came
some
from very
shade. Don't say
specific.
kudos. This is your podcast, Ed. Throw us some shade, man.
Well, she came
Come
from a
on.
very specific, you know, white privilege, probably just different experience from a lot of these movies. So once you
Wow,
go
some
review
white
a movie,
privilege.
well, no, a white comma privilege comma, like she wasn't like she didn't come from like inner city or urban experience. I don't know her personally. I honestly don't. But she did not seem like she knew anyone outside of her own little kind of circle of people that she grew up with. And it really annoyed me when she'd review a black film, an edgy film, an action film, any film that straight outside her really kind of snooty, heady existence. And it drove me nuts. And
What's her name?
Manola Dargis, Manohla.
That does not sound like a white person.
Dargis.
Manola Dargis.
No, it sounds. She might be like Armenian or something. Either way, doesn't matter. Either way, it drove me nuts because anytime it came to a black film that she reviewed it, she's killed it for no good reason other than that she didn't understand the culture, whatever. It drove me nuts. So all I wanted to say is that at the beginning of my reviews, I'd always give you two things. One, I'd give you my general background, and at the time it'd always be frustrated screenwriter, early 30s, mid 30s, whatever, who likes action flicks, blah blah blah, but doesn't like kiddie movies, animal movies, whatever, right? And then my personal biases, and then I would give you my biases going into the movie because we all have happiness is a function of expectations, right? So if you come into a movie with expectations going to be a certain way, then they can either be, you can either have them live up to your expectations, you're satisfied, they can disappoint you, you're dissatisfied, or you can be pleasantly surprised by something, so you give it more credit. Whatever. Either way is that these things aren't subjective, and it drove me nuts when reviewers just kind of, would just. I guess I'm on a soapbox. I didn't mean to go on my soapbox, but it really drives me nuts when critics, like you said, just kind of give it like,
Well, I like that you picked on
like everything like Gone to the Wind. Yeah.
I mean, she's been nominated for a Pulitzer Prize.
Sure.
In criticism, so she's
Good
super
for her.
bougie.
Good
She's
for
from
her.
like the Upper East Side. Went to Hunter College. She's married to a wine expert. Yeah,
oh my God!
Yeah.
This is great. I totally lost track of her. It's like personally / professionally when she went to the New York Times, but all that stuff totally fits the profile I had of her in my head. So I'm sorry for trashing Manola Dargis. Sorry, not sorry. But I just had
everybody out there get at her on Twitter, man. Give her a hard time.
Hey, and also a shout out too. I want to give big kudos to my guest this week on the hour long, Kiana Patton. We were doing some big things this week. Check it out. We had as far as our podcast went, we had one of our all-time Facebook views, 136 views on just this podcast alone. I mean, very exciting.
Son.
Thanks for sharing it. Kiana, she's lovely, intelligent, sees a lot more movies than I thought she did. So we'll definitely have her back on the pod.
I didn't get a chance to listen to it. I traveled for like 15 hours yesterday,
sure,
just because of weather and everything. So I found a new podcast that I love. It's not movie related. It's called Road Trippin' with RJ and Channing. I won't get into it. It's amazing. But I saw
Channing Tatum or
Channing Frye. Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I might have to add that.
It's by far the best podcast I've probably ever listened to. I listened to almost 9 hours of it yesterday. But your podcast was about travel, right? That's what you guys talked about?
Yeah, it was top 5 travel movies. She runs a nonprofit for travel for like preteens and teenagers to expose them to different cultures, what have you. Really good organization called Cali now. And so I thought, travel would be right up her alley. But what really surprised me, and so in the description, all of her movies, I think like 4 of her 5 movies were all about like senior citizens living their best lives. And it's kind of caught me off guard. So I really enjoyed the talk.
Can we dive into it for like 2 minutes? Because I
sure.
Because travel connotates many different things.
It can.
So the first thing I thought of was like my favorite travel movie of all time, bar none, was Back to the Future.
Oh, time travel. Interesting.
Yeah.
That actually maybe that'll be the next one I do with her is time travel. Let me write that down on my little whiteboard. Time travel.
That's traveling. And then if we're just doing traveling like on the road, it would probably be like maybe Magic Mike Double XL.
Oh, I
Bunch
love
of
that movie.
all the bros in the Winnebago just doing their
Michael
thing.
Strahan putting it down. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, time travel was like the first thing I thought of, and I wasn't sure if that was something you guys dove into. What? Give me a couple examples of like the bucket list. Was that on there with?
Yes, yeah, she did the bucket list. She did the bucket list. She did what's the the first one? She was like more like a road trip movie because originally I like mine were like Eat Pray Love. Mine were like more international travel. But
Mhm.
she was about she brought up Little Miss Sunshine was her first one, and I was like, oh, okay, it's like
Yeah.
road trip. Okay, so we were kind of loosey goosey with it, but as she went along, most of her movies started reflecting like older people, and like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So it's just like I just love the elderly, and I love the fact of
Hey,
something I can look forward to and stuff. So it was
I
pretty
love
cool.
I love me some old people. Las Vegas, kind of a travel movie, but like planes, trains, and automobiles. Did that come up?
It did not. I thought about it, but I went with like E Tu Mama Tambien. That's like a Mexican road trip movie, coming
Oh,
of age and road trip movie. It was we were kind of
okay.
loose with the rules, but
I
it
like
was
it.
fun. It's a really good podcast. Hour and
That
eight
is a
minutes.
great
Check it out if you get a
podcast, man.
chance.
Because you can interpret that any way you want. So it kind of
Yeah.
opens it up a little bit to a wide range of movies. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out.
Yeah, and she knows a lot of movies. Like this, like I just kind of threw her on there as a whim, but she knows a lot of good movies. So kudos to you, Kiana. Appreciate the love. Thanks for sharing it, and we'll definitely have you back on the podcast. Okay, so all right, so we got through the preliminaries. Jump to these podcasts. Let's jump into these call sheets, and that's what you guys check us out on Friday for. This one is Michael Vellante, and let's. This is an interesting construction. What do you see here, Jay Devlin?
I mean, like I said, I did not study up too much this week on the movie, so I don't know. I just looked at Michael Volante's Gamble 24/7s and Ring Balls, and they all looked like they had very similar strategies. It seems like you had to have two Pirates movies, and then after that, you kind of just mix and match what you thought was going to be good.
Yeah, I totally missed the boat on this because I didn't realize you could have two pirates. Because once you got two pirates, then with 8 slots left, your average price per actor was just under $6,000. So after that, I just kind of like I kind of threw up my hands and did some other stuff. But it looks like you're able to get two lowriders in here, which isn't necessarily a bad call.
No, not at
They,
all.
they lost some screens, but it still might eke out 700,000-800,000 maybe. So
Are,
Beauty and the
are you
Beast
doing the holiday weekend, or are you cutting it off?
it's normal through Monday. We should get
Okay.
results through 3 and also through 4. We're not flexible enough yet with resources. We're still out, and any investors who might be listening, we are definitely available for seed financing. But we're still out on our seed round, so we don't have enough resources yet to be flexible enough to do a 4-day weekend. I would like to do a 4-day weekend eventually. We probably will. But for now, it's going through Monday, pretty much around the same time. We'll spin them out on Monday for the 3-day, most likely. Paris Can Wait. Let's see, a 4-pack of Paris Can Wait. Gifted, headliner from Beauty and the Beast, headliner stack from Lowriders, and the
Yeah,
two
Beauty and the
Pirates of
Beast.
the Caribbean.
Beauty and the Beast hanging on, man. That movie has been around for like months now, it feels like.
This sucker. So last weekend it did. I mean, it's not doing. I mean, well, they kept it in the theaters to cross $500 million. That's what they want to do domestically. So that's the only reason why it's been out here for damn near 3 months. But it still is doing 2.5 million, about 1,400 per screen. It's probably I think it's on 1,300 screens this week. Even if it drops down to say even 1,000 a screen, I mean, you're still probably gonna get like 1.5 million,
Pretty solid.
which is, I mean, it's not a ton of points, but when you're I would say dumpster diving, but when you're short on budget, short on salary, and you need to get a limited release in there, you could do worse than Beauty and the Beast. This will probably get you like 3 or 4 points, which is probably all you can ask for at this price point.
Well,
So
what's your
pretty.
thought on this? Because like you were on it this week a lot better than I was. What, like, when you look at that call sheet, what's your first thought? Are you like, all right, that's got a shot to win?
Oh
Damn, I
yeah,
got
that's easily top 5 because I didn't realize you could get two lowriders headliners in there, and the
it.
Paris Can Wait is actually a pretty solid hedge on the Scrubs side of the Stars and the Scrubs construction, only
I'm,
because. Oh, good.
no, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure your phone has a calculator. If you wanted to plug in the prices of guys to see how much
Yes.
they cost.
Yes. Yes, you can. Yeah, and the thing with Paris Can Wait is that it did okay. Oh, it actually did better than okay. It did 8,000 per screen on 23 screens, expanding to, I believe it's on 91 screens this
Oh
week. So,
wow. Okay.
yeah, so it's, I mean, even if you do like 5,000 per screen times 91, 455,000. So yeah, that's a good 7 points for your headliners. That's not bad.
That's very solid.
Yeah, it's not bad. So yeah, I mean, Michael Vellante. I mean, he's like, it's like I remember the first couple of weeks, a little slow to get started, but he's once he got acclimated, he's been a stalwart in the top five. Loves hearing his insights and stuff. I think he used to work for the movie company or something. So great insight, good looking call sheet. Take a look at Gamble 24/7's. Okay, here we go. And yeah, similar type of construction. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's actually got a 5-pack of Paris Can Wait.
I
Beauty
like
and the
that.
Beast, non-headliner. Yeah, I mean, it
That
sounds
goes
like
with my strategy of like how I do it. If I like a movie that's like low, I just stack the hell out of it. I don't even bother
absolutely,
like messing around with other stuff.
because
So
it gives
yeah,
you so much
that
more
looks
room at
good.
the top too, in case you want to squeeze in like a pirate, two
Well,
pirates and some
and again, it
lowriders.
does. If you're trying to win one, if you're trying to just cash, like you might want to sprinkle a couple different things in to hedge your bets. But if you're trying to win a feature presentation, like you need to just kind of go all in, balls to the wall on like a movie that you really like. And it looks like he did it here. And that would be, if he does win, his advantage over Michael Vellante.
Yeah, Paris Can Wait. I mean, and definitely just from the projections of 83 million, which might be a 4-day open, but it might be 3-day. Let's say the projections I saw were for 83 million for the weekend. I mean, if you're doing that at a headliner, that's 116 points. It's gonna be tough to overcome with any other
Well,
combination.
what's Gifted supposed to do?
Gifted,
That's where their call sheets differentiated.
well, it's funny because, and we'll get to Ring Ball's call sheet in a second. He said Gifted looked like a trap because it lost some screens in platform release. It's down to 300 and something screens. It did only $931 per screen. It's been out forever. It's been out for like 8 weeks now. And so I mean, even if you assume it gets like 700 per screen, it's only on 300 screens. I mean, you're only looking at about 2 points, 2 or 3 points, 210,000.
So yeah,
Total.
Vellante, I don't think he can win.
Yeah. So I mean,
For going Gifted instead of Forget Paris.
yeah. Paris Can Wait.
Paris Can Wait. Sorry.
Yes, definitely forget Paris.
Billy Crystal, George Murasan, great movie.
Absolutely. So I did tease Ring Balls. Let's take a look at Ring Balls real quick. Ring Balls 22.
Okay.
Pirates. Oh, Norman. So that's what. Okay, so I've been meaning to talk about Norman. We'll get to my call sheet in a second too. But I've been meaning to talk about Norman because I figured Norman might be the sleeper in platform release. It's a little pricier because it did so well last weekend. I think it did like 700,000 maybe. And how many screens is it on? It is on 324 screens. So it's basically, I think it shed like about 20 or 30 screens, whatever, but still had a pretty solid per screen average. What did it do? Norman. Oh, actually, only 1,500. Okay, so maybe it's on the downside. 565,000 last weekend. I think it could still eke out, a good 400,000 maybe this weekend. I just have a good feeling about it. It's been pretty well reviewed, and so Norman might be the thing that upsets the apple cart. He's got the headliner stack from Paris Can Wait. Headliner stack, obviously, from Pirates. Headliner from The Wedding Plan. Bit of a wild card. Now, we know it's an Israeli film. As far as population density goes, it tends to be on the smaller side of the 3Fs, but it is going to 91 screens. I think it had a fairly decent week last week. What was it that was called? That was The Wedding Plan. So it's interesting. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, that looks like that's a pretty fascinating call sheet, man. I like when I see the best players in the game, or just the guys that finish at the top with very differing strategies. It just goes to show the different ways you can play the game, which is pretty cool.
And actually, this looks a lot like mine now that I think about it. Let's jump to mine real quick. Oh, and also he's got some Boss Baby, Jenny Slate from Gifted, which Ring Ball said might be a trap, but he might have just been punting salary there.
Why wouldn't he just go? But that would be my why don't you just go Paris Can Wait right there?
Another Paris. Yeah, maybe he's figuring the headliner bonus might be enough on Gifted to
push it up a little bit.
Yeah, to overcome just a regular a non-headliner actor.
Bro, I'm not here to second guess Ring Balls, man. All right,
Very savvy player. He is the owner of the call sheet of the week this past week.
Did I miss the days when I dominated this game? Fuck all these new guys that are just better than I am. God damn it.
And Jaybird too. We have a Jaybird sighting. Jaybird is back. It's very interesting to see how he does now. We've got more players, more competition because he mollywopped our spreadsheet league. It was pretty bad.
I'm like the George Mikan of this game. Like modern day players look back at me and they're just
Left
like,
hand
wow.
layup, right hand layup.
Yeah. It's like, he couldn't survive in today's game, but he was great back in the day.
So is this mine? No, this can't be mine. This is that's something I definitely need to work on is the Roan. There we go. So our defending champion, he won the feature presentation last week. A defending champion, the
Shout
Roan.
out to the Roan. God bless that guy. He's a beast.
Shout out to the Roan once again. A call sheet, a spreadsheet, league OG, and double shout out for he and bring in his boo, the Roan's boo, his girlfriend. Once again, the couple that drafts together lasts forever. We got yet another cinema draft couple up in the piece.
It's like 4 couples in cinema draft now, isn't it?
I was teasing.
Roan,
in the group chat last
Ring Balls, and Jaybird.
Absolutely, and I was teasing in the group chat last night that maybe I should pivot the company towards making this into a Tinder-esque type app.
Dude, dating sites / movies. People go to movies on dates, bro. This is like $1 million idea, literally.
Brand extension. Let me get Sean Rad on the phone and see if we can't do like a cross promotion with Tinder. Okay, so the Roan's call sheet, our defending champion. He's got the Pirates headliner stack. He's got a Boss Baby headliner stack. Wedding Plan headliner stack, Beauty and the Beast headliner, and also a Long Strange Trip non-headliner, Ava Longoria headliner from Lowriders, and Jonah Zhao from Gifted, a non-headliner. And this looks like I'm just trying to cash type call sheet. He kind of covers his bases. It feels kind of safe, not dangerous enough, but it's a fairly solid call sheet, mostly because he's getting exposure. It's like a bit of a poo-poo platter. He's getting exposure to lowriders. He's getting exposure to
this is like a Hyundai Sonata. This lineup. It's a minivan. It's cozy. It's safe. It's comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what, J. Devlin, and we don't ever want you to change. We love you and your hot takes and your evaluation of people's call sheets. I do want to bring up I just want to forewarn you that when you do watch or listen to our podcast with Kiana, she's a little verklempt at how you destroyed her call sheet.
Oh yeah.
So
nice.
Trigger warning.
I like it.
This is all love. We just want you guys to get better. We want to see. The better you play, the better we play.
Hey, I attack everybody with impunity. Nobody gets a free pass.
This is true. Get ready to attack my call sheet because here we go.
It just is what it is. This is not a game for the faint of heart, Ed. You gotta be tough.
That's right. We're giving away real money. Damn it! You gotta be tough. So this
no
is
participation medals in this game.
No second place, no juice boxes and orange slices. So my call sheet. Okay, I'm not going to prejudice it. I'm just going to call it out. We've got the Pirates of the Caribbean headliner stack. You've got a 4-pack of Norman and Boss Baby headliner. Paris Can Wait. 1 headliner, 1 non-headliner, and then a headliner from the Wedding Plan. I don't know, man. I need Norman to come through for a brother. Like push through. Push through.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what that movie is, if we're being completely honest.
It's Richard Gere, quote unquote, in his finest role. So
okay, this lineup looks pretty sexist. I mean, it's all dudes except for like one chick. I mean, that's my only observation of this lineup.
Hey, big shout out to Lyric LL. She's also a spreadsheet OG. Don't think she's played with us yet on Cinema Draft. She might be listening to the podcast here and there. But she, at first, before she was taking the game seriously, before she started losing all the time, she would submit all female call sheets. It was awesome. I mean, they do terribly sometimes, but I mean, sometimes she just like do all female call sheets. No greater game theory than that. So big shout outs to your vanity lineups, your vanity call sheets. Play how you. I'm
curious to see some advanced metrics on just on gender picking in this game. Like, I would honestly, I mean, it could be a microcosm for Hollywood in general. Just the pay discrepancy, which is a big issue going on right now. I would do
I put salaries higher for men than women? Oh my goodness.
You might do it subconsciously. I mean, it just might be ingrained in who you are. I mean,
yes, my unconscious bias, my male hegemony.
But I would say this: I would bet that 75% of all actors picked in this game are men.
Interesting. Okay. And you know what? And to be honest with you, I mean, I would gather that 75% of the quality roles in Hollywood are for men. That's just, I mean,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
unfair. It's not right. It's just what it is right now.
So maybe you have
Yeah.
to have like built-in bonus points if you take a woman.
Oh no, 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 God. Don't you dare get me in trouble, Jake Devil. Don't you dare. All right, so we're gonna take a look at a call sheet outside of our normal cohorts at the top, and you know what? Let's take a look at Serenity. She's totally unaffiliated. I believe it's a she, maybe it's a he, and no,
Or
no,
they, or
no,
they,
or
there,
they.
them.
Taylor from Billions. Real quick aside, when I was studying poker with the great Ari Bodog Ari Engel, he used to say that he used to treat every screen name that he would see on online poker as a he, even if it had like the most female or woman sounding name. He used to say, "Oh, everyone's a he," because the statistics prove it's most likely a he. It's like 98% or
Okay.
95% of online poker players are men, which is also another sad fact, but it is what it is. So let's just say for to flip it, let's just say Serenity's a she. So she put together an interesting call sheet. It's got Pirates of the Caribbean headliner. It's got Guardians of the Galaxy headliner. This, you know what? This is actually no. She's got a decent amount of headliners, about 7 headliners. But this probably is going to have a tough road to hoe, only because you're going to lose out on a lot of points of not having a second Pirates of the Caribbean headliner. But this
Yeah.
is actually, but as far as like a beginner call sheet,
First time?
this isn't too bad. First time.
I mean, as the apparently the cruel person who rips on people's call sheets, as a new
Stomps on their dreams.
as a beginner, my first thought was, okay, a lot of big names in here, a lot of headliners. It's obviously not going to win, but it's not for a first effort. You can see that she could kind of focus on like what was important.
Yeah, and the
which is
important
a
thing,
great place to grow from.
right? And then the good thing about, and one of the more important basic building blocks or concepts to your call sheet is acknowledging the power of the headliner. That little star next
Yeah.
to the name gets you 40% bonus. So I do appreciate her going for those headliners like that. That's a good start.
Ed, we've been doing these reviews now for a long time, like 6 months, who knows, something like that. So we've seen like almost every one of these players were new at some point. Now, some people like Ring Balls and guys like that came in hot and were just really good from Jump Street. But then there's other guys that, like, we were looking at their call sheets and they'd have like $15,000 left. And their call sheets were just completely like atrocious. So this right here being her call sheet, this is one of the better efforts I've seen.
Yes, only $100 remaining. I mean, this is So I think with a little more exposure to the podcast, maybe some of the strategy videos, or just even capturing the zeitgeist of the marketplaces. WBW officially our WBW. I'm not sure if you heard our podcast from a couple weeks ago, but he got a job. He is a staff writer on Dynasty. Kevin Garnett, aka Cornell.
Oh, West Side.
There we go.
You're setting me up there. I apologize.
I did. I lobbed up for you, man.
Cornell. I'm old now, Ed. Like I don't go for alley oops anymore. I'm just shooting threes.
Off the rim. Absolutely. So Cornell Westside, aka Kevin Garnett, aka the Chocolate Cardinal, aka the WBW Working Black Writer, is officially working. He is staffed up on Dynasty. We'll keep giving him shout outs because he's played. I mean, he's also another one who's started off really rough, but I think he's won over $300 or $400 in the game. I mean, he just kind of plugs away here and there on the margin. So kudos to him. Oh, and also while I have you on, I'd like to congratulate you as being our Meet the Player this week. That's last week.
I saw that.
Yeah, you are Meet the Player. Some little fun fact. Make sure you go check out Jay Devlin's brief profile on Meet the Player this week at medium.com/@cinemadraft. Should be one of our top stories. So a few little career highlights.
Man. I like that. What are my hobbies? What did you say? Podcasting and basketball? Or my likes?
I did under your likes. Yes, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Like, I'm not going to go into any weird fetishes or anything. Just keep it simple.
But yeah, so my streak is over. Low riders. God damn.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, man, I'm not even sure if I ever had like a streak per se, but this game's gotten so tough some weeks. I mean, this week I just throw up my hands. I mean, some weeks I'm feeling really confident. I feel like I really hit on the strategy. This week, it could be anyone's ball game. So, I really appreciate the support. Thanks for checking us out, listening to the podcast, supporting, telling your friends. We are undertaking. We are not only are we out for seed financing, but we're also going to be doing some marketing pushes to get some more players up in here. So the more players we have playing, eventually the bigger the prize pool. So let's keep spreading the word. Find us at cinemadraft.co. That is cinemadraft.co. Follow us on all of our social media. Subscribe, like, comment, boost our scores. Plug your ish, Jay Devlin. You're back now. We should be getting into mostly sports, shouldn't we?
Yeah, same stuff, man. Mostly sports every Monday, live, UBN Radio and iHeartRadio. Throw it in the Google machine. You can find it on iTunes, everywhere. We got
live between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Pacific time, correct? On Monday?
Yeah, call in, live radio show. We talk a lot of sports. We talk a lot of pop culture. We have great guests. Bachelorette season, so we're going to be hitting Bachelorette real hard. But some really good guests coming up soon. We got some Vanderpump Rules people coming on. But we'll be chopping it up, talking sports. We're going to Vegas to play in the TBT, $2 million basketball tournament, coming up in July on ESPN. So you can see a 43-year-old man shooting three-pointers on ESPN in a couple weeks. So good to be back, man. I'm excited. It's going to be a great summer. Summer movie season. I mean, this is what the draft is all about.
Yes, can't wait till you're out here in Vegas so I can pimp you over at my 24-hour fitness, show them what a real shooter looks like. Just one time, man. It's one time. So that's good stuff. Well, I've definitely signed up for the TBT. I am, I guess, officially like a fan or supporting your squad. So, go ahead and blow it out. I'll be there to cheer you guys on. Appreciate you always popping on the podcast. You add so much value. Thanks a lot, Jay Devlin. And I mean, it is the weekend. It's 90-something degrees out here in Vegas, so it's too hot outside. So why don't you go see a movie or something? Or can I turn this off?